All right, welcome to Alchemizing Energy. We have special director, great friend of mine, for over like 20 years of a friendship, and director Al Nuke in the building, and we're gonna start the show right after these.
Alchemize your energy. Darling, let your spirit be free. Don't give up, keep on pushing through. Now is the time, it's all up to you. Alchemize your energy, my friend. Let your spirit be free. Don't give up, keep on pushing through. Now is the time, it's all up to you. No matter the storm, but over tragedy. No matter the storm, but over tragedy. No matter the storm, we will always take flight. Keep on pushing through the darkness of night. There's no limit, let's reach for the sky. Shine so bright, from darkness to light.
All right. Welcome to the show, Al Nuke. Al Nuke is gonna be kind of multitasking, because he's got his little munchkin there. Say hello to the little munchkin, guys. He's 1 years old and he's babysitting on his father duties, but he had agreed to come on here and also you know uh talking about the movies he has coming up, the past movies, also how he even got into being a film director. Um, the most recent movie that you're known for is the movie Botched, right? That was Can you hear me?
Hmm. I said
Oh yeah,
correct.
yeah. That's the biggest one. Explain that movie. I'm not sure if anyone who's seen it. It's on Tubi, correct? Can you see it on
That is
Tubi?
correct. That is
Right.
correct.
Yeah. So explain how you the concept behind Botch and how everything went with that movie.
Well, with Botch, we just pretty much it was a movie that was heavy on my heart. It was about a young lady doing fake booty shots. Putting fix a flat super glue in women's buttocks, killing them around the world. And I was just really felt compelled to do that because I just felt like it was so many surgeries and just so much wild stuff going on nowadays that it was a story that needed to be told. Women need to really watch themselves about what they're putting in their body, who they letting touch their body.
When I first met you, you were actually doing the 17,000 block. That was the beginning. And then I know that you also did a part of this other movie called Gangstresses. I think I looked up your IMDb. It said The Weed Man. I didn't know that you had that one before the 17,000. Did you do something called The Weed
Uh,
Man?
no, that's not my movie. That's actually I was just featured in that movie. A friend of mine. I just played a quick role in it.
Oh, okay. So your IMDb just doesn't only just show the movies that you directed, but also what you filmed that you acted
Yeah,
in.
yeah. IMDb, yeah, it shows all projects. It actually don't have IMDb probably about 40-50% of the projects that I've done on there
Name
or
some
been
of
a
the
part
films
of.
that you've worked with, so people can just know who Al Nuke is. A lot of times, we only know the actors in films, but we don't really get to understand who the people behind the scenes that are creating the magic. What films were you a part of?
Um, Birds of a Feather 1 and 2. We recently did we did Finesse 1 and 2. Street Matrimony, which is a great series. Check out Bagman is one of the another series I executive produced as well. Um, Superfly is a project I'm really excited about that I was in a couple of years back. I was really excited about that. So yeah, I'm into a lot of them.
Uh, that's okay. Hey, if you gotta soothe the baby, it's okay. That's fine. How old is he? He's 1 years old, y'all. So just bear with us. You know.
Yeah, I'm always a father, man. I'm always working. As you can see in the back, I'm always working. I'm always multitasking. So, that's just what I
That's
do.
okay. You know, and babies look. I have three of them, so I understand how they just bust out crying. Don't even know why sometimes.
Yeah, they don't even know why. I mean, he does that a lot, though. I know it's like when I put him in, in interviews and stuff, that's what he do. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Look and look right over here. Hold on. Let me start my camera. Look, look who's over here. Right here. Boom. Can you see? Hold on, you can't see it. Wait. Look, the whole time you're talking. Well, look. Look,
what's that?
that's my daughter.
Yeah, see, yeah,
So I got my
yeah.
camera
So you
up.
know how this stuff go.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Fact.
saying? She's tapping me on the shoulder now. So just know we understand. Yes, I said.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. You just did you do that? We'll put a dress on that you know how to put on. I'll just wait till I get there. Okay. That's it. So
He's waiting on me. He's hungry. He wants to cook. I gotta cook dinner. So I'm still, you know.
so I just want to show you, it's okay. Okay. So we're not gonna hold you too long. The main thing is we want to really promote the past movies that you had, get an idea what you got coming up because I think the next project is gonna be even more interesting. I wanted
Mhm.
to people aware of you as a director because I mean, so were you the director of Superfly or are you one of the
Oh,
co-directors or
no,
where?
no. I was. Oh, no, 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 no. Of course not. I was actually one of the producers, or actually, I just helped. I wasn't even physically known as one of the producers. I came in as to help and assist, and the
Mhm.
more that I knew what to do, and this was an Atlanta-based film, shot in Atlanta, so I was just being resourceful, kind
Okay,
of
well,
like what came on in Chicken Man, being Chicken Man in Fight Night.
okay, all right. So, as you can see, these are some of the movies that Al Nuke has been a part of in some kind of way. Directed, Botch, Birds of a Feather, Finesse 1 and 2. It says House Arrest. Were you a director in that, or were you just a actor, or what were
No,
you? What?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, yeah. When I pull up your name, it puts that one up there. Detroit Dreams, is that one yours too?
Well, it's a blessing, Monica. I've been around for a long time, so like when you pull my name up, you're gonna see all type of stuff, all type of stuff. I've been in the entertainment business over 30 years.
Right. Wow. Because I'm like, man. I
30
mean,
years.
yeah, so you not on top of being a film director, you also manage one of the greatest producers in our time, Zaytoven, who
Correct.
uh, Zaytoven is the producer for Gucci Man and who else? He's done also some like pop stuff too, like I think as well.
Usher, Future,
Us,
Gucci Man, found to help found Migos. Man, you name it. Everybody in Atlanta. Zaytoven is the Dr. Dre of Atlanta.
how did you find time between being a manager to also be a director? I mean, how do you even do both?
Well, Zay is kind of like a lot of things with Zay is he more like self sufficient with a lot of things that he do. So necessarily have to babysit an artist like Zaytoven. A lot of times, shit, he's teaching me, and then it's more so not necessarily 110% of management relationship that we have. We have a friendship, which is much more important, or brotherhood, which is much more important than the actual, um, management. So I assist, and I'm part of a tree with a lot of branches.
Right. Jackie Gaines says that it's a great movie. Botch is a great movie. She watched it and she
Mhm.
loved it on Tubi.
Thank you,
So
Jackie. I appreciate it. Tell your friends about it.
yeah, so yeah, please, please support these. A lot of times we see movies on Tubi and we don't really even know who the director behind it is. I think it's an honor that I've actually known Al and I've seen his the directing chops grow. I remember when you were just wanted to be a rapper, and I was like, no, you need to be a director. I was like, man, you directing is off the chain. Like that's where you need to be focused in. Remember that? I used to tell you that back in the day.
People told me that. Yeah, a lot of people say that. A lot of people love my films a lot more than my music, unfortunately. But I think those like everybody. I think the only person that don't have that problem is probably Ice Cube, and he
Hmm.
still to this day his movies will generate a lot more than his music as of now. You know what I mean? But yeah, Will Smith got that problem. But you know, all of the filmmakers that transition from music to films, they had a problem. So I ain't tripping.
I
I'm in
mean,
good company.
to me, honestly, I think it makes more of an impact. I mean, music is cool and everything, but a movie, like, I mean, it could span across all types of like different, all over the world, because of the imagery of it. Think about Star Wars, or what I'm saying. That's like legendary. Lord of the Rings, that's like that goes down in history, So you create the right movie, and that's why we get
For
into
sure.
this. And I see, okay, so let's get into this. Now more and more you see a lot more black people getting into the horror. I remember a long time ago, black people were not into horror.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now you have the Deliverance that has just come out, and now you have your movie called Roper, the police the killer cop. And I wanted to play a quick trailer of that if you don't mind.
No, it's not a trailer. We don't. So we haven't officially released a trailer or anything for Roper yet. I did show a scene from Roper, but it wasn't colored and the audio, it wasn't gathered. It was just me really excited about showing the people what I'm working on. And the name of it properly is called Roper, the killer cop. And it's about a detective in Atlanta who's a detective by day, serial killer by night. And yeah, it's heavy. It's real heavy, real hard role for me. It was a real hard role.
So can we play? Can I play that, or would you prefer me not play it because it's not colored and da 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 da?
You could, I mean, if you want to, you could play a piece of it real quick. I mean,
Okay,
you could play it pretty
I'm
quick.
excited because you don't really get to see this type of stuff coming from black directors.
Definitely.
Please, please don't flip me. Please, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I committed. Please, Father God, please. God, please, 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 please.
God, let's see.
Take me. Forgive me. Please, Lord. God, please. Please, please don't flip.
Wow, wow, that's something else right there. I mean, this is not just a movie. This is an actual series, correct?
Correct, correct.
So
And I'm really excited about it.
that's got to be hard. Like, I mean, to be in that kind of mentality. Like, it's one thing to do a movie about something, and movies take long enough, but just to do a series in the
Yeah.
mindset of a killer, like a serial killer, what did that do to your psyche? Like, how do you even tap into something like that?
It was really hard. I was doing a lot of method acting. I feel like I'm still coming off of it, and I know that I got to get ready to go back into it. It's real complex. I was looking at a lot of killing, serial killers, late night, smoking weed, watching a lot of serial killer, watching a lot of demonic stuff. I had to pray every day. I was doing a lot of method acting on set. I really was in character. I really was crying. You're going to really see real tears. You're going to see me naked. You're going to see me stripped down to everything to bring this Roper character to life. Um, I think it's my best role up to date, and it's challenging for me, and I love it.
So, like, what made you do that story? I mean, you seem to tell really good stories in your movies. I mean, you've gone into to comedy with finesse. You've gone
Mm-hmm.
into Birds of a Feather, which is kind of more like it was more like a comedy slash like kind of hood,
Music, drama,
music,
hood,
hood
music,
drama.
music.
Then you went into botch, which is more getting into like that the female audit, like a more of a tearjerker, probably I would think more really. And now you're getting into like the serial killer. I know at one point you talked about doing a movie called Race. Or did you ever like start working with that concept, or are you still doing that one?
That one I'm sure is gonna be done at some point. It just takes a real serious budget to do race. Um, and I'm sure it's gonna come about eventually. It's just right now it's just me actually transcending into more films about our culture, about our fabric. Because I came from being in the music, so of course the first movies that I was doing was always related around music. But then some just told me to start creating the stories that I also want to write and feel and see. And it's about us. It's about as Black people. It's about the traumas. It's about the happy times. It's about things, man. You know what I mean? So I'm just excited about that.
Angela says, yes, this seems realistic with the modern day police lynching going on. What made you, did you write this, or did someone else write it?
No, I wrote it. I came up with the idea. I wrote it. Again, Roper is about a serial killer who's a police officer, a detective in the neighborhood. And I think Roper is more so, um, I'm testing the waters with this one. I'm going out of what you'll typically see. So when people see Roper, they're gonna think like it's an urban film or urban series, and it's really complex. It's really thought provocative, and it's really intense, and it has a broader audience than just you know African Americans. It has a broad range, so I'm excited to see what people what they think
That,
about it.
well, that scene right there, it was intense. I mean, I jumped a little bit when he jumped on top of her. Said, "No, God's not gonna save you." That scared me a little bit. I was like, "Oh shit!" So you got some jump scares in there. You got man, and
Yeah,
it takes a talented eye to bring those jump type, because a horror film is so different because it has to get into your brain, and it has to scare the living shit out of you. You know what I'm saying?
facts. No, for real.
So you have to be able to scare people. So everything got to be right. The sound has to be right because you got
Mhm.
to have that sound and those creepy sounds, like that music was creepy. Like, so were you instrumental in the post production, or did you more focus on acting and writing in this role?
Man, you already know how I work, Monica. So I was the writer, the actor. I directed some scenes. I actually edited a lot of it myself.
Wow.
I'm hands on all my projects. I'm really really hands on. Like even when you look at Botch, I edited the entire film.
Wow, you edited the whole film. Wow, wow. That's a lot. And to also be a manager, and I'm saying, when do you go to sleep?
That's why you see the bags. I'm trying to like really fix the bags. They're like black today. Like they normally be much better. Like they're looking terrible today. Um, you know.
Right, you gotta drink some water, bro.
I drink a lot of water.
You gotta drink some like infused water with like cucumbers and lemons and everything to get some
Like I'm on
antioxidants.
hope here. It's like,
But you know what? It's good to see a person that, I mean, that's life labor is to tell stories and takes their craft so serious. And it's
definitely.
great to see a person that's behind the scenes, because, like I said, you never know who's behind the scenes pulling the strings, making these things happen. You just see them when they come out. You see the end result. You don't see the baggy eyes. You know what I'm saying? And the
Right. They
baby.
don't see the people don't see the all of the work like that goes into just being me. It's crazy.
So, was there anything like creepy that happened on set when you filmed this horror thing? I know when Deliverance was going on, there was some weird stuff that happened behind the scenes. Was there anything weird that happened with like an energy, a spirit that you had to be like, whoa, this is deep, you know?
Oh yeah, most definitely. The house that we shot at, um, what can I say? It was a real weird house. It was very authentic to the role.
Uh-huh.
Um, you know, it was I don't even know how to explain it. It was like it was a real, real country in the country, dirty, trash kitchen, nets everywhere, chickens in the back, chicken coop in the back, pig in the corner, dog over there, white folks in the trailer in the back. I mean, you name it. It was like, and I'm saying there's history in that house. That to where that house like that. Like, yeah, it was
kind of haunted stuff going on. Like,
it was a vibe. It was a vibe. And then, like I said, more as I got into the character, just me homing into some of my traumas. You know, it took a lot because I was homing into some of my traumas as we were shooting. So, you know, I would duck it. I would go deep in. You know what I mean? Whole set quiet. Everybody's kind of silent and giving me my space to turn into Roper. I would have to literally turn into this person. And because I wanted it to be authentic to the character. So I would have, like, you know, my sister or my mother's picture there that's dead. You know, was drinking and just, you know, kind of like I had to go into dark spaces to perform this character.
Speaking of dark spaces, you talk about your trauma. So, and I think that a lot of people don't even know like that. You know, you're from Detroit, and just being from Detroit can be traumatic alone. Especially you were from the Conant Gardens area, which is really rough area. What kind of things that happen? Like, because you come out of those things. You know, the main thing I initially had this as is from trauma to triumph. You know, what kind of traumatic events happened growing up? Did you use to fuel some of the acting roles that you played?
I think as a child, there was nothing that I didn't go through. There was nothing, again, that I didn't go through. When you talk about, you know, being on my own since I was 13, foster homes, abused as a child, boys' homes, extension cords, tied up with extension cords, teeth knocked out, you know, by the parents and shit like that. You name it. It was a real wild time, and transcending into, you know, being homeless and then becoming a drug dealer and my whole neighborhood on, and, you know, being at the height of a drug man can be, and catching a case and shooting somebody, and, you know, all of that stuff, man. I've been through it, but I've been blessed to be out of the streets for over 20 years. And just like I said, just really put my time into my craft and just really work and devote my time and my efforts into my brain. I've really been blessed to, you know, all of those bad things that you just heard. It's also, I've never had a job in my life. You know what I mean? I never had a real 9 to 5. I've always taken care of myself. God has always blessed me to be in a position to work for myself and be focused and just do what I do.
Welcome, Sugar Love. This is also my co-host to the chat. I mean, to the panel. So she might have a few questions as well. So just so you know that someone new is. I didn't want to surprise you. A new voice come in. You're like, who's that voice?
Welcome.
That's cool. Hey, how you doing?
So, man, you say you were tied up with extension cord? I mean, I got whipped with extension cord, you know what I'm saying? But tied up? So that
hands around the back, extension cord.
Woo! And you went to did you graduate high school?
No, flunked the 9th grade twice and then dropped out.
Oh my God, man! Do you know what when are you gonna do a movie about your life, like you and what you've been through?
You know, that's deep, Monica. I'm just sharing a story with you. Right, I had a 14-year-old daughter. I was just in the truck with her, right, and she was crying because she was getting bullied in school. The kids was said she had a deep voice, right? So she was wearing a grocery store and she's damn near breaking down. But we're in the car. And I had a real serious conversation with her about that. And I told her, I said, you know, excuse my feeling, but I said, fuck your feelings. You know, get strong, toughen up, because you only knew what your dad been through. But look where God got me. You know, toughen the fuck up. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear it. I don't even, I'm rejecting the depression. You know, you right. Got all of your limbs and, you know, I feel all of these kids nowadays, they feel like, you know, they don't get the likes that they need on Instagram, or somebody say something bad to them in high school, or they're listening to some stupid ass music on pop pills, and they get instantly depressed. I went through real things. You know what I mean? People that are around my age went through real things where Instagram and social media wasn't there. So when you got abused, or you got your ass whooped, or you got a black eye, or you got a stitching cord, and all of these different things, just go in the room, shut up, you know what I mean, and listen to some music. But nowadays, these kids, you know, so again, I'm saying that to me telling my daughter to toughen up was like, yo, it's a movie. I'm watching my own movie. Life is a movie. Seriously, the things that I go through and the things that I see and engage in and dodge and witness every day is like, yo, God shows you are a true triumph, you know, to something special, and you have a plan. And lastly, we're leaving out of the grocery store, right? And my daughter told me there's nothing wrong with being average. And I don't know what happened, but something just said,
Did you snap? Did you snap? Because I probably would have snapped.
oh my God, I hit her in the arm. Like not a super like boom, but just like a wake up. Like, yo, like, because I was like, how dare you say something like that? You know what I mean? Don't you ever in your life say shit like that again. You are not average. There's a lot wrong with being average. No, you're not skating through life. You're going to work hard, do it, and you're going to be fucking great. I don't care what you're talking about, period. So that's the type of parent I am. And I think the aggressiveness towards life, towards things, is what kept me where I'm at. I've always had to survive. I've been in survival mode since literally 11. I'm 49 years old. All I know is survival mode.
I think that most of us Generation Xers are kind of like that. I think that everybody from our generation got some story or another that's wild that makes us like that people would never to get through in this current day and age. They would not be able to make it. Trust me.
Right. Right.
Hell, I was homeless. Remember, I was homeless behind your studio, living behind your studio, homeless, and coming to work every day to do graphic design for you.
And you sleeping in the car, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And we didn't know. Nobody knew. Until you told us. We was like, yo, let's figure this shit out then. Why are you, what the fuck is going on?
Exactly. So that's the type of stuff that people don't, you know, but you still be resilient and go through. I just had Fundi Fee. She talked about, I just interviewed her. She's a Tai Chi master. She talked about how she was homeless and she used to walk to her master's, her practice every day, a mile, and then go back to living in an abandoned building. And she's around our age too. I think that's just our generation in general, you know?
Yeah, new generation is soft. They soft as shit. That's why I said I don't want to hear none of that, man. I literally lived in abandoned houses. I'm talking about for years. You know what I mean? Like years, not a week, not a day. No, year. I'm talking about abandoned houses. No windows, no doors, plastic on the windows, shitting in bags, you know, kerosene heater where you're coughing so fucking much because you're breathing all of this black smoke in, bunch of garbage bags in the backyard from shitting in them. Come on, man. We're like, I don't want these fucking kids now. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Do you think it's because of now they're living such a good life because you have finally built yourself up to a certain point that they don't even understand what it is to struggle?
They don't understand the struggle. Then I also think it's the music. It has a lot to do with the music. It's social media. Social media is the devil. You know, it's not good. It's not good for our generation. It's not good for our kids. And then it's not good for adults because even adults is the same way. It's like, you know, you don't get a couple likes on your shit, you might get depressed. You might want to kill yourself if you ain't get no likes.
Right? Yeah, you don't got enough people watching your stuff or whatever. People don't like your post.
Yeah, and I don't feel like shit. You know what I mean? I post something. I didn't feel like shit before. I did post something and nigga got 20 views. It's like, damn, I ain't shit.
Man, but you are way more. I mean, all these accomplishments, putting together a film alone is like that's a very difficult endeavor. It takes a lot of money, you know, and to do it probably on the budget that you've had to do it and still come out successful and have a good product. You know, a lot of those movies on Tubi are kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? They sound like it's crazy. They the what Tubi will accept as a movie. You know, and I
Yeah,
believe
yeah, yeah.
you're at the top of the tier when it comes to a director. If you have to like compare yourself to some of these other people being able to tell these stories, you know, and not
Hmm.
look ghetto, you know, and like they got a camcorder or whatever with some sound
Yeah,
effects.
yeah, they kind of let everybody do anything on Tubi now. I kind of, I'm real serious with filmmaking, so I'm not here to make movies to. I don't put money first. I put creative first. I do this because I love it. If I wasn't making a dollar, I would be doing it. I love it. I sit here. I work 15 hours a day. I'm not getting paid by the hour, by the week, or anything. I've been doing that since 1998.
Right. Hence the bags. Hence the bags under the eye, right?
That's where the bags come from. Yeah. And the wrinkles on the forehead now. Fuck.
From furrowing, furrowing brow. That's from looking mean and frowning up too much. You know what I'm saying?
No, you love he loves what he does. So
What I
that's
do.
so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think it's just over time. I've been through a lot. I done lived 5 lives.
You
Mm.
I'm
still
blessed.
look them out. Don't let nobody. You still look like Jay Z. You look better than Jay Z now. They used to say you look like Jay Z. No, you start. You look better than Jay Z now. You
I
killing
appreciate it.
He looked it better than Jay-Z then too.
right? Well, yeah, he did. He was a cuter version of Jay Z.
I
But
appreciate
he,
that.
well, he his own person with his own looks and his own everything. We ain't even gonna put it with Jay-Z.
Right, right.
He his own man.
Duke at Night was a great show. Why didn't you ever think about bringing that back? That like you had like I really love the charisma. You have great. You're a great comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like a funny guy. People don't even know how funny this guy is.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna do a stand-up I'm gonna do a stand-up special one day. I really got some great jokes. It's like some Bernie Mac jokes.
Right.
Yeah.
And the older you
I'm,
get, the more jokes you're gonna have. Trust me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you got more life experiences,
Yeah.
right?
So
Yeah,
yeah.
Were
Tell
you naturally funny?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I think again, it's like Bernie Mac jokes. I think life becomes funny once you've dealt with a lot of pain. Um,
Mm.
it's funny, right? The things that I go through. I've always been like that. My pain, I laugh at it. I could have just gotten a shootout and be like, hell no, this nigga just shooting at me. Hell no, this motherfucker crazy. Like,
So that'd be
we,
more like a Marlon Wayans. Like he turned his pain into he brings
mm,
out the comedy in the pain.
mm, mm, mm,
Because you could look at stuff, well, that doesn't mean you're not feeling it or nothing, but how can I make it brighter? So uh, th- that's what
nice.
So here's him and finesse to give you an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, now that was part one. That wasn't part two. So you have two versions of that finesse, right?
correct.
Are you guys going to do a three, or is it going to keep going like a whole like finesse like empire, or did y'all end with two?
No, we didn't end it. I left it as an opening for part three, but it's just depending on how I feel. Like, I really love the characters. TJ, that's one of my favorite characters. I feel like he could do more than Ness. So I might bring him back in something else, a TV series, TV show, maybe a comedy TV show like Martin or something. To that extent, I would like to do with TJ.
So
So you
go ahead, Sugar.
I just want to know, do you do all of your writing or you have a team? Writing,
No,
producing,
I do
and
already in my writing.
huh?
I do it.
All right. So how did you learn about the cameras and stuff, or you bring people in to do that?
Well, I don't shoot. Yeah, like so. I'm a director, so I'm not the guy holding the camera. That's his job to learn the camera. Just being a director, I learned trial and error. I'm one of those guys that's going, if I don't know how to do it, I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna take the time, I'm gonna take the patience, I'm gonna learn it. and I'm gonna get better as I go with it. I never went to school for none of the stuff that I learned or do.
Wow.
Just real,
No,
real
listen,
passionate.
like a lot of people in Detroit, you dropped out, right? Do you know that the dropout rate in Detroit is like 60%? When I left Detroit, it was at 60% or 60 to 70%.
Well, I dropped out. Me personally, I dropped out because I was homeless. So like, I don't I don't remember no teacher name, not one.
Well, you
Now
schools for a long time.
let me tell you, so it's crazy. All I can remember is my kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Stone. Her name was Mrs. Stone. She was a white woman with a huge nose, and I remember she really loved me, and that was it. Shit got real right after.
Wow. Right. Extension cords, homelessness, this, that, the
Big,
man.
big, run and hurry. Yeah, all of that. Yeah.
Man, listen, I probably would have dropped out too if I had listen as much. Where you probably were making money by the time you were in ninth grade. You probably didn't think you even needed to keep going to school.
Yeah, like ninth grade, I was 16, living in an abandoned house, but I had plastic all over everything. I literally took an abandoned house and turned it into a real house. You know, buying beans, these refrigerator here, microwave here, couch here, and really put a house together at that age. So it was like, you know, me going to school was like, what the hell is school? I didn't never even know first, second grade or first, second hour teachers, seventh and eighth hour teachers. They never seen me, never. And I got straight F's on every single report card in high school.
Fantastic. That's what I call it. F. For fantastic.
and I will say, so it wasn't the fact. I just wasn't applying myself. My head wasn't in high school to be in school. You know, in high school, I was somewhere else. I was fighting foster home, running away from foster home, and trying to stay in the streets. So it'd be like I would be selling drugs, and people would be working for me that was older than me. And then they'll say, while they paying me my money, they'll say, "Hold on, here come Wayne County, you know, the kid jail people." And I would have to run and shit. I got a pistol, drugs. I got to throw it, and it's like, what the fuck? I got to run from these people. So yeah, it was weird like that. So yeah, I don't even remember high school, like anything positive.
So you have siblings?
I have a brother, artistic brother that lives with me that I take care of. My sister passed away years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You knew Batan as well. Was I think he was like teetering, like kind of had. It seemed like that whole Code and Garner's era, like that whole group, like that whole during time frame was like school kind of an option. You know what I'm saying for them? It's like it's not necessarily like.
I wouldn't say that because those guys was really in school. Like those guys was really doing half of what they were supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Batan, Jay Dilla,
yeah.
Like all was literally those guys. So like Jay Dilla house was here, and then I'm on the block at the end of the block, down, you know, down some and shootouts and shit like that every single day, like and crazy stuff. But my point is, those guys, they really was trying, like especially JD, really smart, super talented dude. By 10, very charismatic. You know what I mean? Back then, very charismatic, really sharp, really sharp. Him and my other brother, by then and Slum V, T3. Another good brother. Like those was really sharp brothers growing up, and they're not gonna get mad at me for saying this, but really they were the nerds of the hood. Seriously, they was the smart dudes, and they wasn't. Yeah, they was not fucking with people on the block. Like you would not catch them on the block. They was in the studio. Like they were in Dilla's basement working. You know what I mean? Staying consistent and going to school.
Did you ever make any music with Dilla? Like, or did you ever, or was it like, were you like kind of like, no, don't deal with him. He's kind of like dangerous.
No, they're the ones. Yeah. No, back in the day, sometime if you was doing something, it wasn't. You was sort of kind of protected because you wanted them to make it. Was it that type of thing? Okay, these guys are trying to make it, so we're gonna leave them alone?
Well, me and Dilla actually worked one time. I was in the studio. I worked with Dilla like once or twice before. But what happened was we really, because he was more so like you said, it was like they were like, "Yo, that little nigga right there, he can't come down." You know what I mean?
Right.
He's
Right.
too much shit going on. He can't. But then he gave me one opportunity because he seen me really getting serious about the music, and he did give me an opportunity. And I remember being in his basement, he playing some records, and he gave me a record to record. And right when we started the work, just so happened where he lived, the guy next door, that was who the person I was in shootouts with. So it was like, it kind of messed the relationship up. You know what I mean? Because they didn't talk as niggas.
He found out that you were there. He found out that you were downstairs.
No, it was just he was all from the same neighborhood, so it was kind of like, you know, that was too close. That was too close for Jay Dilla because I was getting ready to shoot up the nigga house. I had like his house shot. It was like crazy shit going on right next door to Dilla's house. So Dilla was like, "Yo, get the fuck away from that."
But let me ask you a question though. Even though you were doing what you were doing back then, when you was in that studio, did you foresee anything? Like, did you have any type of notion? I may not be doing this, but I'm going to be doing something, or because you know how sometimes you put stuff in the universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you ask, we may not get it right now, but was it a seed that you dropped in your mind or in your head when you was in that studio? So when you got, or did, like, how did this come about? Like, and you're in that house, you said that one day, I do not think I could do this, or I could write, or none of that is on your mind.
You mean when I was in Dilla house or just in general?
When you was in Dilla's house, right? And now you're with people that's putting this, because you know you are artists, so it was always in you.
Mm-hmm.
So did you knew that it was in you then, or you just didn't give no F? But like, what? How was your feeling when you was? How was you feeling when you was with the boys that were not like shoot 'em up, bang bang, and whatever, but who was doing artistic type of things?
So just to be clear, like you know, Coney Garden, right? When you take this neighborhood, you had Jay Dilla, but then you had a guy by the name of Mike Moore, who was a huge producer in the neighborhood as well. That's who I was under, right? And we were all from the same neighborhood. So it was kind of like Jay Dilla and them was more so like in a different space. Like I would say backpack, and that's not being disrespectful. That's like, but he was in a different space, music, right? And then you had the street music, right? So it was kind of like when I got with Jay Dilla, I was already popping to an extent in the street music. But Jay Dilla and them had the backpack music, and then they was getting checks. You see what I'm saying? So it was like they were getting national checks. He would have a buzz, street buzz, but it didn't resonate to no real money. You know what I mean? I remember seeing Dilla broke, and then seeing Jay Dilla get that green BMW. Like, damn, what the fuck? Why did this little nigga get that? Then came with the Range Rover. Like, whoa, wait a minute, what the fuck? He was out of there. You know what I mean? At that point, so it was like it was a competitive situation. You know what I mean? Just being honest, it was like streets versus backpack. But then backpack won when they got the money. But again, it was always. But let me say this: it was always this thing, like whereas then the backpack rappers wanted the streets, and they couldn't get the streets, and the street dudes wanted the money and the national respect, and they couldn't get that. So it was always this, you know what I mean? Until people like Eminem, which was backpack, got Trick, and they did that song "Welcome to Detroit City." That was the first time that you seen street and backpack kind of come together. And when that happened, then started seeing more people merge, you know, trying to mix, you know, street with that type of music as well.
You know, Trick, you know what? He is very talented. You know, and very dangerous at the same time. He had the Goon Squad, didn't he? Did you used to work with Trick like because he's from 7 Mile? Was there like a
Mhm.
rivalry between 7 and 6 Mile, or did like y'all all kind of work together in some kind of way? The street rappers versus like the did y'all kind of all work together, or was it like 7 Mile against Coney Gardens against
Nah,
rap?
nah, nah. Back then we weren't into it like that. It was us versus rappers coming in the city,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and performing and not giving them credit and stuff like that. There was no real inner city beef with rappers back then with each other because we were all trying to make it. There was no outlets for us to make it. You know what I mean? You gotta think I came from the era when Eminem first started, Blade Icewood and everybody else. So it wasn't an outlet for us. So we couldn't afford to beef with each other. If anything, we were fighting with the DJs, with the radio people,
Right.
with the record stores, trying to push this envelope. But as far as with us, it was always love. Like me and Trick like my brother. I was brother, like, like real blood brother, but we've always had mutual respect for each other. It's never been,
He's
we always told each
great.
other,
He's a great actor as well. It seemed like
great
you
actor.
get a He's been from the hood or whatever and going through a bunch of stuff. They make some really good actor. Have
Yeah,
you been?
that's where I was getting to. Yeah, yeah. They have. I think they are that rolls in the concrete, right?
Yeah,
They are
trauma.
the rolls in the concrete.
Yeah.
No, facts.
How come you haven't had Trick in a movie like a starring
Wait,
role?
he got a phone. He got a phone call.
Yeah. Trick is at we worked. Me and Trick has worked together on multiple projects. Life, my first documentary. Trick was in. From there, it was called Joy Road that I had the opportunity to play the main character for. And when I went out to the audition, I was like, "Yo, this is cool." But we had just did Street Life, and I was like, "Yo, Trick, you need to put Trick in this shit. He need to do the role that you're asking me to do." And he ended up going out there and killing that fucking role. That was his first major movie role. And so we did that. And then like the movie just put up, Finesse. He's at the end of Finesse. He's the guy that comes in at the end of the movie and clear the whole area. So we've done some things.
Okay. So did you guys used to go down to St. Andrews with the whole Eminem and Proof thing and like that whole MC thing? Were you guys a part of that whole thing that all that 8 miles about the
Of course,
battles?
of
So
course.
how does it work? So you have the backpack people with the street people, and they would be battling against each other.
No, you would have St. Andrews was two clubs. It was the Shelter, and then it was St. Andrews. The top part was St. Andrews main stage. Roer will be doing shit. We'll be performing. People like myself, people like Stretch Money, KDZ, Big Herc, you name it, guys. Trick, guys like that. And then you had the basement. That was where the backpack rappers had their own situation going on. Shit'd be stupid packed though. It would no taking nothing from them. It'd be crazy packed. And actually, it was more consistent than the upstairs. So yeah, that's how that went. St. Andrews is historical for having all talent.
So you guys would like just end up going down there. Were you ever in one of those battles that they had like with that Proof was hosting, with those people? Or did you ever like battle Eminem or any of these people like Proof or
Bar 7 over there on the west side when they first started that whole situation, I was there. I was rapping as well. I never been a battle rapper. I was always a street rapper, stuff like that. So I would never get into in the battles. I let the battle rappers do the battle rapping. But I was always there though. Like I was there. I would be performing. Proof used to open up for me.
Oh, okay, yeah. And Proof was the person that gave by 10 his name.
Yeah, Proof used to open up for me when he was with Five. I had a song on the radio, JLB, stuff like that. And Proof was young, man. He was young, probably my age, but I was more in the streets a lot. But yeah, when he was with Five Ella, he used to open up for me. And that's why, right before he died, he used to send me these cards from like Spain or like crazy stuff. Like, nigga, this look where I'm at. Look, you know what I mean? If I'm here, you here. You know, that type of thing. I had a lot of love for Proof.
Yeah. I mean, may he rest in peace. Have you been in touch with him at all? Like, did you used to work with him at all, or at all? Have you crossed paths?
Yeah, you know, me and M know each other for sure. We haven't necessarily worked together, so to speak, because I was one of those guys. When Eminem started on his come up, I was popping already, so it was like I was one of the guys that really didn't listen to him. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? And once he came up, he was like, "Yo, fuck everybody." I was one of those guys like, well, "Wait a minute, are you gonna put on for the D?" I would challenge him during his come up. So, you know, I think once he got to a certain time, he was just like, "I don't know who fuck Nuke. I don't give a fuck about him. I'll probably be the same way." So, but the crazy part about it is, we talk indirectly through Royce 59, which is my brother. We had an issue early this year or something like that. We was dealing with Eminem, so we had communications through Royce, and Royce always, the big homie that's going to mediate it.
I think that you need to do your story. You need to do your life story, because I mean, just the interestingness of like that trauma as a child, coming up, getting abused as a child, going through homelessness, moving from that. Moving that from that into like doing music, into like the club scene, St. Andrews. Then from St. Andrews to like 1700 block, building your own studio where you make your own music. Going from that, you had your own like studio right there, going from that to, moving to Atlanta, becoming Zaytoven's manager, putting out the movie 1700 block before that, and then now, go ahead.
No, I'm saying 17,000. A lot of people.
17,000 block, yeah, 17,000 block, putting out that movie, then going to becoming Zaytoven's manager, going from that to finesse. Then what was the next movie? It was
that's too. And I get what you're saying. It has been a blessing when you look at a person like my career who seen Blade, Icewood, Eminem first start, right? And being able to come to Atlanta and then be right there when Migos started, or right there when Future started, or right there when Young Dolph started, or Bankroll Fresh. You know what I mean? These type of people, being in these camps and their approaches and how they record and how they went up to stardom. Even Gucci Man, meeting him when he was just a crazy dude, you know what I mean? To see where he's at right now, just being around him a couple weeks ago, and just him knowing my name, and we can argue, me and Gucci argue, what I mean? That's a blessing. It's a blessing. Because Gucci are trying to
Really?
He'll say some weird shit like right in your face, like in front of everybody. So you know how I am. I ain't.
Yeah, you a Taurus. You ain't going for that, right? Like, no, hell no. Man, I'm sure that whole scene, Atlanta, with all those rappers, has a lot of like machismo going on within the studio, and it's a lot of probably egos clashing and everything.
Charlotte, a lot of egos, a lot of drugs, and a lot of money. These people play with a lot of money. You know what I mean? A lot of money. So it's like,
right.
Testosterone.
I'm sure have you been to a Diddy party?
No, I've dealt with Diddy. I've worked with his team, but I've never been to a Diddy party.
Oh, okay. You've never been diddled?
Have you been diddled?
No. So I mean, you're in like the entertainment industry. I've heard that those parties are like kind of wild, like a lot of diddling going on and all kind of wild stuff going on. People get doped up and drugged, and rooms with stuff going on. I've heard that there's like a room. You knock on the door, you open that door, you better be prepared for what you're gonna see.
I agree. It's a lot of wild stuff. So I will say though, like, LA is wild. You know what I mean? I tried to move to LA before, and it's just wild. Like, it was wild. The daytime, it was great. It was a cool vibe. I thought it was gonna be nice. And when I went to sleep and woke up in the middle of the night, it was a woman with cocaine, gas plate, afro, and shit, like the 70s. So I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, that's some wild shit. They're still having house parties out there.
They having them house parties still?
Yeah, they have house like old school house parties. I mean, not just Diddy. It's just like real house parties. Like LA have house parties at night. Everybody high, coked up, weed, kissing, this in the corner, over here, old music, lights low, shit just groovy, man. Like, yeah, they're good for that out there.
So do you think that the Atlanta celebrity scene is a little bit different than LA? Would they like not get too deep into the weird stuff, or is it still going on but like on a different level?
I think for sure. And guys, we got to wrap it up because I do got to feed my son. You know, this is first and foremost. I got to take care of him, y'all.
Was not gonna go past an hour. We got 3 more minutes. Trust me, I'm already I'm already there with you. It's 57, 24, 25, 26, 20. You understand? I'm counting down.
You good. What was your question now?
So I was saying, so is the Atlanta scene a little bit different than compared to the LA scene?
Definitely.
Yep.
I mean, definitely. You know, Atlanta more kind of cool, kicking it. LA is a vibe. LA is just all about vibes.
Is it kind of vibe, like occultism vibe, or like the devil vibe, or just a vibe?
It's all the above. But right, whatever you name it, that's what it is.
Like whatever room you walk in, whatever vibe you walk. And also Atlanta is the same way though. Atlanta is like whatever vibe you in Atlanta, but I think it takes a lot more to get into some negativity or demonic stuff versus right with LA you could just run into, you know what I mean?
Right. You have to be looking forward to get into it versus there you just gonna end up in that space. Listen, so again, I'm gonna play this intro again for Roper. That's gonna be coming out. Roper.
No, but before you get into it, just let us know if you haven't said before, like how many movies have you made? Where are you moving forward, right? And how do somebody like me can say, "Hey, can I be in your movie?" Like, you know, how what's the process with that? Being that that's what you on now, and you want to be a comedian and stuff. But let us know what's coming up with you.
Well, I think Roper is going to be amazing for me. That's where my head is at right now. I got a couple more projects I'm working on. I can't really discuss at the moment, but you know, that's why I'm really on Roper right now. I'm just really, because this is a series, so it's not necessarily a movie. It's a series that I'm doing, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm really honing into my craft as a actor as well. You know, that's where I'm really, you know, focused in. So I've been in the gym, I'm eating right, thinking right, thought patterns right, and I just want to become a great actor. And of course, always going to be a director, writer, but I really want to get in my acting bag right now.
Wait, so is it the correct website? Is it Big Biz Media or Big
That's
Biz?
what I was going to say. Yeah. How are we able to follow you, follow the movies and stuff? Because how, you know, put that out there too, because I know your time is ticking. So we want to make sure we stay in touch with you and what you're doing and support.
Definitely, I appreciate that. Al Nuke, ALNUKE. That's on all of the social medias, man. Tap in with me. Roper is amazing, and I got another series that I can kind of tell you a little bit. It's called A Black Mob, and it's like a man. It's powerful. It's powerful. Powerful. It's like a I don't know. It's like a Narcos and a Power on steroids. So we'll be shooting later on this year.
Are you going to definitely be back to? You're going to definitely be back to tell us about that, right?
We got to bring you back. We can't even cover everything that we really want to
exactly
cover. To at least get the ball rolling, create awareness about your movies. Birds of a Feather. Can you stream this on this website here?
You can actually be able to click it and it can go right to where, you know, wherever it's streaming at should be.
Oh, okay, okay. You know you can stream from your own website. I could talk to you about that later, but um, that way you could get the money straight to you unless you have a contract or something. But yeah, you
The
can
only
stream it.
I don't, no, the problem with it is a lot of people, opening up a streaming apps and things like that. But think about opening up a streaming app. It costs a lot of money, and then in order for you to actually make money and get paid, you got to do ads. Ads don't come in until you actually get the viewerships and the eyeballs. So it's like a catch 22. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? That us filmmakers, we can only get paid as AOV. You know what I mean? And ads on demand, AOD. So you got to make sure that you got the ads.
So Bagman the movie, what is that another one of your movies?
Yeah, that's a yeah, that'll be out soon too as well.
Okay, you didn't tell me about that one. Was that going to be on Tubi too?
Yep, it'll be on Tubi. It
So
was something I did a few years ago.
okay, yeah, we didn't get to talk about that one. That one looks like it's pretty intense as well. I mean, I don't even
Yeah,
know.
definitely intense.
So we definitely gotta like check out Roper. We gotta check him out. We're gonna keep
You
his.
know what? Just do a nuke and not a Netflix and watch. Just sit all day and catch up and watch all his shows, right?
Yeah, I'm
Sit
gonna have
up
to.
Yep.
I'm gonna
there
have to do like
instead
a.
of a Netflix and chill, do a nuke and chill and catch up on all his stuff. So when we get to the latest one, we will be all caught up. I would just like to say, uh, we salute you, and I'm
Thank
so
you.
proud of all the things you went through in your life, and I'm glad that you was able to put your creative mind in front of what you was doing in the street. We didn't get to the thing that what made you say, you know what, I'd rather go this way and that way. That would be on another interview. But I just want to say we people over here, we proud of our brothers who said
Hmm.
who could get out of that street and make something of themselves. And thank you for giving us a piece of your mind with your movies and stuff like that. We salute you, my brother.
I really appreciate you, Queens, and I wish I had a little bit more time. I just have food on, kid crying, and bed and bath and that type of thing going on soon. But I really appreciate y'all, and we got to do this again soon. I would love to. I'm here anytime you need me.
All right, for sure. And you have some fans. There's a bunch of people that actually looks like there's a few people that actually are
What's
familiar
up,
with you.
me? Me Blaze was good, family, for sure.
Yeah, so you have some people that know about your movies that are here.
Oh
I did,
yeah, I see one.
and look, I can't
I
wait to see.
appreciate y'all.
I
Jackie,
can't.
love. That's what I was thinking for Jackie. It's good number love. Thank you, Jackie. I really appreciate y'all. I gotta go though, y'all. It's love, okay?
All right, my brother. Peace, salute.
All right, we're gonna
Peace.
play. We're gonna play Roper again, and we're gonna like end the thing. But
She had to play that part, right? This the Nuke is. Well, you're gonna have to watch the replay, Mimi. Definitely check out the replay. But I'm so proud of our brothers. You know that's that's putting in that work. Who came from so much adversary and
yes,
been through what he's been through. And now he has a family. He's also grew up with uh by 10 DJ Dilla. He also knows they all grew up together, Eminem, Proof. So he has a lot of story. This time he'll be coming back. Time didn't permit it, but he went into some of the stories. You're gonna have to definitely check out the replay. And it's good to see that he could have went anyway. See, that's the main goal here, because he was out there in them streets, and sometimes, you know, a lot of men, they have to make a choice, right? You had a lot of men that some of them was like, "Yo, uh, I heard a lot of men say I had to make a choice. I'm going to be 100% in here or 100% in there, right?" And I'm glad he made the right choice. And now we get to see his movie. Yes, he writes, he directs, everything. He does all of that. And he's never even finished school, right? That is the joy of all of this. See, people think that now I always tell people all the time, maybe because you see a straight A student and you may see a student that is not, that doesn't mean that the other student is not smart as the other student. It's just that sometimes people be going through things and their mind is even from what they're going through, their mind is not there. They can't even apply themselves because of so much stuff that is going on. So, and look, he had to be smart. He know how to read, write, and direct, and all of that other stuff. You know, so we have to give our brothers props when it's due, and
You
I
got to
cannot wait till he come back. So so DJ can hit him with some more of them old school questions, like how was Eminem back in them days, right? How was Eminem when he used to be up there? Because he know that he also know Gucci Mane. You know, he's from that old Detroit.
Yep, he's from that old Detroit, right? Exactly. And he knows. But listen, and like I said, he has a lot of stories. He just said he told me he didn't have a lot of time, but he even extended it more than what he really had to go earlier, and only really had 15. But I'm glad he stuck it out for the hour, because I think that like I said, a lot of the times behind the scenes, these movies come out, you never get to see who the people are behind them, and then their stories and what makes them who they are. And so I think and this is going to be a series, guys. So he's made enough movies now that now he's transformed into actually making TV series. So who knows if that might get picked up? You know what I'm saying? I hope it does get picked up by a major network. I'm
Yeah.
glad that he took the time out, and you don't see a lot of African Americans that are getting in like horror movies, like that. Uh, so it's interesting, and he's done horror comedy. He's pretty much done across the board, and you really don't get to hear about him as a director. You hear about the Spike Lees and the Tyler Perry, but you don't get to hear about the Al Nukes of the world. You get to hear about 50 Cent, but Al Nuke is just as viable of a director as,
Mhm.
and I wanted to show some of that depth, as well as an actor, as well as actor, and with only a ninth grade education, living, being homeless, being traumatized, I think his story is a story that needs to be told. So that's pretty much why I wanted to bring him up here. Um, but that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know what do you say, Sugar Love?
I just can't wait to see, how much further. I'm glad we got some of them old stories out of him, especially with how he explained the Backpack Brothers and then the Street Brothers, and how for some reason they always want to be each other, right? They always want to be each other, right? But Jay Dilla, God rest him, by 10, God rest him. Them two, even though Jay Dilla passed first, but they are so integral to our music today.
Mm-hmm.
They will forever be remembered, and to know that he grew up with them, he saw them, that he told the stories of um how even they took him in, even in a guy that was on the street, but he at that point he was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So he couldn't even really be down with them because he wanted to shoot up the guy in the building, right? But it's good to hear these stories of our unsung heroes. I will call them unsung heroes that do not get talked about enough because they played a big part in this entertainment business. And you do hear a lot about Jay Dilla, but you don't hear too much about Bartend. So it was good to hear stories of them, how they was he like he said, they was always about their music. They was good students. They was very, very intelligent people. Not saying that he wasn't, but he wasn't there yet, right?
Mhm.
And but they still socialized. They all still lived in the same thing. And he was also telling you how, it goes, right? The different. I don't know. Was that a center? Was he was talking about DJ?
Uh, the different. No, that was. It's actually a nightclub. It used to be an old church. It's called Saint Andrew.
Okay, right. So that's a lot of history there. So I cannot wait till he come back and give us more history. We don't think about somebody like him knowing Eminem before he was Eminem. And remember, he was Proof Man. He was rolling with Proof. Proof
Hmm.
is the one who gave Eminem that okay, you could do it, you could do it, you could do it. He the one brought Eminem up in there with those guys. You know, so and even when he knew Gucci Man before he was Gucci Man, right? So it's a lot of history within this little hour, even though we didn't get full stuff, but we got a lot of history of our unsung heroes, right? So, and then we get to see what he's doing now. He's making his move. Like DJ said, hopefully he get picked up. Hopefully we can catch it on Tubi. Hopefully we can go to that if you could put it up there again, DJ, his the streaming system or whatever that he used, so we can watch it. That he didn't say. He said, "What's the streaming, y'all?" But he didn't get into like, is it you got to pay by the month? Like, what else is on there? Is it just his music, or I mean, is it just his shows? Like,
Different movies that he's involved, that he's a part of. Like if
it's
you,
just his movies.
his and Zaytoven's, and because that's some of the movies he has is both. I think both him and Zaytoven might have executive produced it or something like that, or and co-directed it. Like I think Finesse is like a movie that him and Zaytoven did together. So if you go to Big
So,
Biz Media, I think
so
that
she said Tubi is free. Right. He did say some of his movies on Tubi.
yeah, some of them are on Tubi, some of them are on Amazon. I mean, some on Apple. They're all over. Like some of them, you can go to different places and find these movies. Yeah.
All right. So if you would like to, before I sell us to take us out of here, if you like to put the things up in his movies so they can just get the titles, just put it when you put the movies up there, just put each one with the title of the movie. So if they go searching, they'll know the titles to look for before I say take us out of here.
I'll just share this with y'all so y'all can see the actual website.
Okay.
So this is their website. It's called Big Biz Media. In their catalog, can you guys see that? Hold on, catalog. So you have Birds of a Feather, 1 and 2, and that's with Al Nuke and Zaytoven. 1700 Block, Street Life, documentary, Bagmen, Finesse, 1 and 2. So so you have those are the movies that they've done so far with Al Nuke and Zaytoven.
So let's support our brother. Make sure we support our brother. That's how these things get picked up. It start with our support, you know? And
That's why I think
DJ.
make a movie. He needs to make a movie of all his own personal stuff because he is a plethora of knowledge and information, and people would just be. I think they'd be interested to hear like the back behind the scenes stories that told from his perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
To hear Dilla's perspective or even Slum Village's perspective, but we don't get to hear the street guys' perspective that live down the street that ended up being equally as professor, but maybe behind the scenes. So yeah, I think I'm encouraging to do that.
Yeah.
So if y'all could please check out the Big Biz Media website. I have that is the actual website that I'm showing right now. Big Biz Media. Please check them out. And
Mm-hmm.
his name is Al Nuke. Um, and this has been the art of storytelling.
Are you ready, DJ?
Yep.
DJ, take us out of here.
Alchemize your energy. Darling, let your spirit be free. Don't give up. Keep on pushing through. Now is the time. It's all up to you. Alchemize your energy. My friend, let your spirit be free. Don't give up, keep on pushing through. Now is the time, it's all up to you. No matter the storm, but over tragedy. No matter the storm, but over tragedy. No matter the storm, we will always take flight. Keep on pushing through the darkness of night. There's no limit, let's reach for the sky. Shine so bright, from darkness to light.